think it'll be like a really big opportunity for him to level up. I know he's been doing a lot to nurture the scene in Eastern Washington and really try and grow it there. But I feel like, Seattle definitely, I feel like is a cut above Eastern Washington in terms of like general player pool strength. So he'll be getting his first taste of it here facing Goon's Lance. I feel like, Goon is just a shoe-in where, we're always seeing him in like the top 2, top 3 of these locals.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much at every tournament he's gone to, he's done really well in, right? Like, he's done really well nationally, right, about that Slashback and Frosties, making top 24 at Frosties, and I think making top 16 at Slashback. So, he's definitely a very good player, right? But I also know that he hasn't really been playing Granblue too much recently, especially with Street Fighter 6 release, right? Like, I feel like everyone's on that, especially if you're a Granblue player.
Yeah, that's kind of going to be the theme for a lot of our top 6 here, I think. But alright, Goon just setting a fireball right immediately. Trying to juke out some movement, probably just gauging what how Hat is going to react to this.
Yeah, and there's the first, little jump out of the corner and Rekka into throw. Pretty classic Lance pressure stuff here.
Yeah, alright, testing with the overhead as well. Again, just kind of trying to gauge out Hat's reaction to some of these things.
Ooh, tries to mash on the pass through, but it's just a little bit too slow and gets counter hit for it.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like a
setup.
Yeah.
Oh,
and the counter hit overhead.
Tag.
Yeah, I know that was one thing that I was talking to Rurik, who's in the winner's side of this top 6. He was saying that, in his match with Hat, Hat was kind of smoking him through a lot of it, and then he realized that Hat is just a guest hacker and was able to
just take advantage from it there, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if Goon catches on to that in this one. But,
yeah, thought he was spaced away from the OD, I think, and so he didn't bother even trying to react to it. And it was honestly pretty close, but now it's a little spooky. Because Normaya does a lot of damage, especially in the corner, and Lance doesn't have, like, a ton of health.
Yeah, I mean, I know it is one thing that Goon has been working on of trying not to give up those free hits in the corner.
Yeah, and mashing on the Rekka, unfortunately. Goon taking round 1 here.
Yeah, and just nice RPS from Goon there, just committing to, like, the further stages of the Rekka there. When you're spaced on the side of Normaya closer to mid-screen, even if she does punish you, you're not going to die off of that, whereas you really just need that one hit to close it out.
I would like to see Hat use the guard button, right? Like, Goon's kind of going for a lot of these setups that do sort of lose the guard button holding, right? Aren't particularly strong on their own.
Yeah, I think it always is funny when you see, like, a Narm or a Lance player, like, not use the guard button. If, like, you make everyone else do it, and, like, you can't even use it yourself. Come on.
Yeah, you should know, right?
Yeah.
Gets caught with the low jump out of the corner.
Yeah, gets counter hit too. Looked like was trying to catch the anti-air on it, but...
Yeah, it's hard to anti-air that one with 2H, right? If he goes for, like, the taller jump, right, it's a lot easier. But from that spacing, it's very difficult to catch that one.
Yeah, like, I feel like if you do want to try and react to it, you really need to just use the DP.
Yeah, especially because it'll keep him cornered, right, which is good enough.
Yeah.
You don't get, like, the crazy damage that you would normally get from, like, a 2H, but... you don't really need a ton of crazy damage against Lancelot, right?
Yeah, and it's also one of those things where, even if it's not a huge reward, just the fact that you're showing that you can do it just makes, like, the options that Goon has to consider for how to get out of that corner a lot more difficult for him.
Yeah, he has to do, like, a lot more of the normal things, right? Like walking out like a human being instead of jumping, right?
Yeah. Heaven forbid a Lance player have to play the fun bumps of the game.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, bad DP, but not a ton of damage because it is Lancelot. Will use the rush to get the full corner confirmed, though. OD,
okay, gets into OD, yeah. It's going to have a big life bar to deal with, though, and with this much health on Lance, it's, very possible that Goon's just going to be able to pick up 3 touches to get this OD off from Hat.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think it's possible that Hat dies before the OD even runs out.
Yeah.
This is a very risky dive option there, right? Like, that's super negative. Oh, and a very good air throw.
Yeah, and just like that, the OD's gone, and that Rekka will close it out. All right, Goon, one more round to move on deeper into our top 6 here.
We haven't seen too much pressure-wise, right? Like, it feels like there's just been a lot of really... Oh, you actually hate to see the foul.
You hate to see it getting rewarded, especially.
It's so much damage. It's like the only thing Lance does that does, like, a ton of damage.
Some of his, like, anti-air stuff can, but yeah.
Well, it tries to... I like the jump attempt to try to air the actual wall dive. but just not quite working out.
Yeah, it feels like that's been a little bit of the theme of the set of like Hat going for some things that could be good, but just being a couple frames too slow on them.
Yeah, could not be used to PS4, right?
Yeah, might also just be not quite as used to playing against like Lance specifically. There's just like a bit of a mental sack there getting to him.
Oh,
okay, gets the
nice
flip
bait
kick plus
setup.
frames. Yeah, gets the back throw too. Buys a lot of space here.
That was very strange looking. I guess
Yeah.
that was the weird stance DP. Oh, and no more OD for Guten.
Yeah, looking a little scary here. Gonna run in behind the fireball, start pressure.
And
gets the
not a very
hit.
good match.
Yeah.
I sort of understand, right? You are scared of throw in that situation, but I'm not sure that raw mashing there is necessarily the best play, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're scared of the throw, you can just like, be looking for it and look to react tech. But, as we mentioned, we saw.
Yeah, I guess you did say earlier, right? Like Rurik was saying that he did notice that Hat wasn't really reaction teching to things. And if you're not confident in your ability to reaction tech, you are a lot more likely to do things like mashing off of, close lights and things like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, it is one of those things where if you are worried about the throw, it can be high reward to just like mash rather than guess tech of like at least you get something off of it.
Yeah, and especially with how close to the corner they were, and with Narm's like corner carry in general, you probably do end up with a full corner combo without needing to use rush, which I do kind of get as a good situation, but sometimes patience is rewarded pretty heavily in this game, right? And I feel like we didn't see a whole lot of patience from Hat in that set, and it sort of went the way you would expect, right?
Not especially, yeah. It felt like, there were very few cases where he was just like holding pressure. It was a lot of Goon just,
And I think up next we're going to see Lucy versus Mars, so we'll see Bubs versus Fairy.
Yeah, this was a funny one. There's, while we were waiting for this top 6 to get ready, Lucy was just sitting on a setup over there just labbing against Fairy.
I saw he was living against the Vera DP stuff.
Yeah, I was a little confused by that, but no, at some point he did switch over to Fairy, was labbing against her, and Mars even was sitting next to him, and even like giving him coaching, but was saying that he was trying to give Lucy extremely conditional coaching of, well, if I'm at this spacing, you need to do this. If I'm, a little further, you can react this way, to try and overload Lucy's mental stack. So we'll see how that works out for Mars. I think mostly they were just having some fun.
I think this is kind of also a weird matchup, right? Like, Fairy's anti-airs are interesting, right? And Bubs obviously has, like, an insanely good dive kick, right?
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen too much of this matchup in general, so I'm not really too sure about it. But
yeah, I mean, I feel like Lucy's really the only local Bubs player. Mars is, like, the main Fairy player locally, so they're just, like, two characters that you just don't see interact that often.
Even nationally, I don't feel like I see a lot of Bubs players, and I don't feel like I see a lot of Fairy players either, so I definitely don't see a lot of this matchup in particular.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've, like, ever seen, like, Hava and Beepaw or anyone, like, run into each other in bracket.
I'm sure that they have, but, I just don't see it too often.
Yeah, but this will be an interesting one. I feel like, for most characters, like, normally just, like, Walk Block is the name of the game against Fairy, but for...
Bubs is pretty slow.
Yeah, he's got one of the worst walk speeds in the game, but he's got some great neutral skip options.
And Fairy already cornered here. Yeah, and it's what I was talking about. The dive kick is so good for this character.
Yeah.
Oh, and that 2H.
Counter hit 2H. Yeah,
doesn't karma, though.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that.
Yeah, this is pretty rough for Fairy to actually press here, right? Like, Bubs has really good buttons at this range.
Yeah, and just so great, especially with, like, the EX Fireball, just being able to get the plus one thing said the turn. Fairy just doesn't seem like she has great answers to it.
I feel like every time Mars has thrown out the GG, right, I've seen Lucy up back into EX dive immediately.
Oh, yeah, I think that was one of the things that he was lapping before this set.
And I think right there, it was kind of checkmate, right? Like, I don't think Mars should have tried to anti-air because I think anti-airing with DP is probably better, and he just spent the DP.
Yeah, again, you see there Mars trying to anti-air the dive kick with the 2H, it just being too slow and getting counter hit.
Now this time, charging the flies.
Yeah, and I mean, that was one of the other things with Lucy dive kicking the GG when he was lapping this out. Saying that, oh, I don't know if I like this option. It just sends you full screen, and that's kind of good for you. But when Mars is in the corner,
it's like an amazing option. And
exactly.
And right there, actually, I saw a really interesting interaction. Right, the EX flies seem to kind of be really difficult for, like, if Fairy's doing the whip sling. it kind of seemed like there was not much she could do to really avoid that.
Yeah. Okay, Mari's just playing so patiently in the corner, but yeah, just can't escape it. I feel like that entire game, we were
definitely on the East Coast for that entire game. You know, like that. I don't feel like Mars really left the corner ever.
No. Like,
I like the charge dive kick.
Did Mars ever get past mid screen once? I don't think so.
I don't.
Yeah.
So. Oh yes,
okay,
there we go.
That time does catch it. Yeah.
Kind of realizing that normal anti-airing. Wow, extended hurtbox.
But just like that, like even with that, like nice little interaction win from Mars with the fireball getting caught, like Lucy just teleports forward and gains so much space.
And now we've seen them pass the midpoint, right? But it's sort of a different story where Lucy is slowly pushing Mars to the west coast.
Yeah.
But is getting a couple hits here and there, right? Does have the life lead.
Mars definitely has been gaining some ground here. Just like that, a dive kick just erases all of that, and Mars is back in the corner again now.
There's actually a really interesting adaptation for Mars here. He sort of started using more of the light GG instead of the heavier or medium one.
Yeah.
And it's really messed with Lucy's ability to do the up back dive stuff. Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, the command grab. Yeah,
not quite. Oh, it's probably simple input. No cinematic? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, it's just an SBA. I feel like Mars might have been healthy enough to survive regardless.
It is just an SBA, right? Yeah. I was thinking of Abel's, which is an SSBA.
Yeah, no, not quite as messed up as that.
Oh, what a good delay on the dive.
Yeah.
And the side corner.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for Lucy to steal the corner there,
No.
Sure. And I will say, it also doesn't look like Mars really knows how to deal with the Karma engine, right?
Yeah, like, I don't think I've seen them roll that once.
Extended hurtbox. Okay, nice light.
Yeah.
GG.
Saving Mars there. And all right, Lucy in the corner here for I think the first time this set.
They are about the same on life, though.
Yeah. Okay, Fairy in OD can get some work done. Okay, nice catch on the Karma there. Will get the wall bounce, too.
This is going to not quite kill, but it is definitely a guess for game.
Yeah, and Mars jumps it, but...
Wow, that's huge. Oh, no. That is a robbery.
Yeah, wow. I'm so used to that high option from Fairy, like beating most reversals.
I thought that would just straight up beat it.
Yeah.
I was ready for it to be like, around for Mars, like, we're in there, but the very tip top of it,
Yeah, I mean, that thing goes high.
Apparently. And maybe Mars was thinking Lucy would go for the DP option, right?
Oh,
Bub's
yeah.
DP is not that great.
Yeah, the hitbox on it is, pretty weird. But yeah, I mean, it's also possible because I know that that high option from Fairy does beat most reversals.
It beats quite a few of them,
Mars hasn't done much slapping recently against Bub specifically, just because again, like it's a character you just don't see that much locally.
Often, yeah. And especially the option of like SBA or SSBA is kind of a
really niche.
You don't really see that as like a reversal too often. Obviously it worked out quite well there, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised he still got the cinematic too. I guess it doesn't have like a height.
It must not. Yeah.
It must only be horizontal instead of vertical.
I'm not used to like height coming in that much just because like so few supers have that much vertical range.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that's true even for like the proximity normals as well. I think don't care about height either.
Yeah, that's true. Like if someone's way above you, you still get like CM or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so on to the winner's side match of Rurik versus Odd Toaster. I don't know who Rurik's going to play, but I know Odd Toaster will be playing Vasaraga.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I know that Rurik... I mean, my impression is that like I don't think Rurik likes this matchup much on either character, so it's really kind of pick your poison here.
Yeah. And I know that Rurik was talking about learning a Matera at some point just to make Vasaraga players suffer, but I know that he hasn't gone through with that yet.
Yeah, well, because the other problem is that, Odd Toaster got like double jeopardied by Jossum at bonus round and then just spent 2 weeks grinding out that matchup and is actually pretty decent in it now. I mean, I know he was learning from, or they were learning from Biedenbergler, one of like the stronger West Coast Vasses who, insists the matchup is actually pretty even.
It looks like we're going to see the ball aisle here. I know Rurik has been on the JRPG grind and not on the fighting game grind at all.
Yeah,
so.
And I mean, likewise, Odd Toaster just getting back from being out of town for a month, so...
And Odd Toaster has 80 hours in SF6, so, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And I'm not exaggerating. They literally said they had 80-something hours.
Yeah, I mean, they're a grinder. I mean, you look at, when they first started playing this game at the beginning of the year, it's like, 2 weeks in, they have like 500 ranked lobby match wins.
Yeah, definitely a grind lord for sure.
But it's also impressive that, for both of these players just being completely out of it with the game recently and both
just in winner's side, yeah. And a nice jump in there from Rurik. And now just cornered Vasaraga with no armor, so this is pretty rough.
Yeah, not where you want to be.
Not a ton of damage, but, still need it.
But gets the armor up now off of that sweep, gonna march in and... Oh, wow, just slightly too slow on that stance Q.
I thought Belial's DP was really bad against the stance U stuff.
Yeah, I'm not exactly...
Maybe just mistimed it, not used to playing, right?
Yeah, just a little rusty on those reactions. I feel like that's one of the things that Odd Toaster usually is pretty sharp about, but yeah, I mean, if you've been in Greece and Turkey for a month, maybe you're just a few frames slow on that reaction.
I know they also haven't eaten today, so maybe maybe they're just too hungry.
Yeah, already thinking about dinner post bracket.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, I gotta mash. They were talking to me earlier. They're like, I'm mashing. I'm trying to eat.
I mean, they're mashing regardless a lot of the time.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Ooh, counter hit to you.
Yeah.
All right, not a ton of damage. Doesn't even get the armor here, so this is pretty rough.
Yeah, Rurik able to combo. Oh, but just goes for the raw overhead against the command grab.
I understand the idea behind it, but it is not actually counter hit recovery.
Yeah.
So you don't get anything from doing that. You should just mash with anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it does get throw-in vuln slightly early, but yeah, it's pretty moot.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to react with the overhead there, you should probably just mash the light button because you're going to get more reward.
Yeah. And I mean, that move would just be awful if you could just overhead it. Okay, can't quite get the air unblockable, but does run up and get the throw regardless.
Mashing a wake up, mashing. Yeah, I understand. You don't want to deal with the 50-50 machine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have to. You're now in the corner against armored up Vasaraga, so... Oh,
yeah,
you're dead.
Gets the jump in too. Yeah, that should be it. Odd Toaster not even getting a chance to present the 50-50s there, just kills you instead.
Player 2. Battle 2. Engage.
Yes, punishing the greedy armor attempt. 2H, but doesn't actually get a combo. It was a very high hit, so probably needed to use Fireball instead of going for 5H.
Yeah, likely so. Right. Again, yeah.
Working out. Backshift.
Yeah, taking advantage of that fast Vasaraga backshift.
Oh, very nice counter hit confirmed. Gets the double close heavy.
Yeah, and can't quite confirm off that 2M there. Gonna spin back with the fireball, get some more plus frames, keep the pressure going. Back to neutral here. Voss with no armor though. Alright, Rurik really needs to find one more touch here.
Yeah, pushes to the corner with the auto combo into fireball. And yeah.
And oh, funny. I think counters hit with his
BDP.
MDP.
Yeah. I mean, I think MDP is actually pretty decent, right?
Yeah.
The mental stack's kind of overloaded. Rurik hasn't shown it at all right, and has a ton of life to play with. So
yeah.
Although Boss 2H is
yeah,
big button.
55%. All right, Toaster stuck in the corner again.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Drops the
no,
combo.
Drops it.
Yeah, I like the patience here
gets
from
pushed
Rurik.
out, but able to reset back in and finds the 2H. Yeah, that'll be it. All right, Rurik taking a solid 2 games. I'm surprised. I feel like.
Oh wait, it's first 3 because it's winners finals.
Yeah. I feel like this has really been a struggle matchup for him recently, but I guess
the JRPG triangle strategy grind has really helped him in this matchup.
I mean,
all right, we see it not work this time.
Derives his power from Odd Toaster. I feel like Rurik has kind of just been looking for that DP pretty aggressively, noting that Toaster's reactions would have been off, but it seems like Toaster just
finally proving that they can do something about it. So maybe we'll see it.
Yeah, you're just going for this. I'm just gonna stance you.
Yeah, armor charge. That's all right. Rurik definitely has games and rounds to play with, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, dropped around last game, still took it pretty confidently. All right. Oh, wow. Just the round start armor from Toaster. Going to get rewarded for it, too. And this time does
and
catch
again,
the DP. Yeah.
I think we won't see it again.
No. Not when it's been punished the last 2 times in a row. Especially with Toaster even getting like the big punish that time with like being able to combo off of it, too. All right. Nice back shift back. And, oh,
yeah, it doesn't get punish, though, because stance L doesn't have like any recovery on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're told to dodge Vasaraga charge, but I've found that like half the time it doesn't function. So
yeah,
the Vasaraga players are lying to you.
Yeah.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
All right, Rurik just going for the immediate round start. Run up to round, just not want to give Toaster a chance to get armor.
Toaster does get the armor.
Sneak it out there, but he's going to eat a couple of hits here, get pushed back to the corner.
But honestly, not too bad, right? Like, didn't get a huge hit or anything.
Yeah, and I mean, like, honestly, when you have armor, like, Voss basically has a reversal with stance.
Fights his way out of the corner.
Yeah, nice air-to-air to keep Rurik caged in the corner here.
Oh, tried to go for the anti-air, but I think he pressed the wrong button, or maybe it was too late.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that was, but okay, nice just jump over from Rurik. Get out of the corner here.
Yeah, Belial 5U.
Yeah.
Oh, the delay to really incentivize Toaster to mash. You're not dead, but now Rurik's an OD, and
but
you are dead.
Reset, yeah. Rurik on set point here.
Player 1. Battle.
I wonder if we'll see 2U here. No, stance.
Yeah. The other thing, thinking about like the options Rurik's been rotating, he showed that one command grab right at the very beginning of the set. Hasn't gone for it since. With him being on set point here, I'm wondering if we'll see it at some point this round.
Yeah, a high tense situation, right? You might go for the taco, the auto combo into H command grab, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just try to catch your opponent sleeping.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Again. I'm curious. Yeah, that's 2 times in a row now that Rurik's gone for that jump out against stance. I'm curious if Toaster's going to start looking for that stance out next time.
Well, he tried to stance L there, or they tried to stance L there, and it didn't quite work out right.
Yeah. I mean, it, again, just seems like the type of thing where like Toaster's been a little bit slow on their.
And there's the command grab, like you were mentioning.
Yeah. Rurik has 100 meter to work with here too. Rurik, Toaster without enough meter gets the throw.
Ooh, throw not quite enough to kill. Vasaraga's a beefy boy.
Rurik really just needs to find anything here.
Chip out will do it too.
Yeah.
And which you see Rurik trying to go for right there.
Yeah. Are we just gonna see like a DP at some point?
I think Toaster thought that as well, which is why they backshifted.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Rurik was waiting for the fireball to come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just down backing and waiting for that. Really nice patient play from them there.
Yeah, I mean, Rurik didn't really need to press the issue, right? Like, had it at least 3/4 life.
Oh, yeah,
and,
absolutely.
When you Toaster was about to die to Chip, so...
Yeah, and I mean, when you have like 100 meter and your opponent that low, it's like, well, if you start pressuring me, like, I can maybe just like throw out a defensive rush, try and like catch you with that. Just great position for Rurik to be in there.
Yeah. Can't quite do the PNW special of looking at icon cheating and reacting with super. Belial super is not very good for that.
No,
and
no.
Vasaraga doesn't really have like specials that you can really do that to.
Yeah,
you can kind of do it to the
fireball,
but
like, not with
Belial.
No.
Other characters for sure.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it really felt like the story of that set was just like Toaster being a little slow on some of those stance reactions. Like first with the stance you use early on, then like Rurik finding those jump outs where Toaster was going for the JL, but just not quite catching in time.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it work some, like, they started being able to get it with some success in, like, games 4, right? Game 3 and 4, but, just not there from the beginning and was just a little bit too far behind at that point to really catch up.
Yeah, I think like once Rurik started showing, like, the 4th and 5th DP in a row, like, Toaster started catching on, getting the stance use in time, but then, again, Rurik just changes his option to just, like, 9 instead.
Yeah, Rurik's definitely a fighting game player who has played a lot of different games and does really well at pretty much all the ones that he picks up, right? So is definitely very good at adapting.
Absolutely, yeah. But all right, we'll be bouncing back down to losers semis for Goon versus Lucy.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, we'll probably see Lancelot. I say I wonder, but we'll probably see Lancelot. I don't see Albie play, or I don't see Goon playing anything else really.
Yeah, no, I feel like Lorraine's probably just too rusty at this point, and Also, I mean, I feel like at this point he talks about the lane mostly just being like a knowledge check for specific players, which I don't think Lucy is going to hit into. But
yeah. Well, I know Goon's also practiced some other characters as well.
Oh, true.
Like I
know, was playing the 6 for a
yeah,
bit.
like the 6 is a thing that exists. I think maybe not anymore, but used to.
Yeah, I'm not sure if any of those characters like he'd really consider to be bracket ready though.
Especially given the amount of time that I've seen him put into Street Fighter 6 on Steam, I'm not so sure that he wants to play like a secondary.
Yeah, no. All right, nice punish on the trip from Lucy there.
This is a rough spot because Bubs really likes the mid range. Well, I say that and then immediately he gets out anyway. So yeah, nice reaction. Oh, punishes the fireball.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like, you know, like you said, like Bubs likes the mid-range. Like, I feel like a lot of his options are very, like, slow and committal, like the flies and such, and definitely gives a lot of opportunities for, like, Lance to schmooze around you.
Yeah, but I feel like in the corner, it's really good at stopping Lancelot's, like, jump-out options, like the wall dive, the wall fling, things like that, right?
Yeah, and, you know, Bubs' reward off of 2H is so high.
Like, Bubs is pretty happy playing under the timer with you in the corner, right? Like, he's pretty okay with that, and that's really an area where Lancelot can struggle to deal with you if the Lancelot is only looking to jump out. It does leave space to walk, but you know the Bubs 2 and 4L being a low kind of makes that a little risky, right?
Yeah, it really does just does. But then again, like the 2 and 4L, you know, does expose yourself to like the wall cling and such.
Yeah.
Where I feel like it really just comes down to like how well the Lance player is able to rotate their options on defense.
The repeated dives not quite working out for Lucy here.
Yeah, Goon does find a spot to.
Oh, gets caught guest teching.
Yeah,
dead. I'm pretty sure.
There are a couple hits before this. It'll be close either way, but.
All right.
Okay,
I'm wrong.
yeah, not quite.
Lancelot.
But just the immediate throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said anything. Lancelot doesn't do any damage.
Yeah, I feel like.
Blowing a kiss?
I feel like most of the good Lance players I see are like so good at single hit confirming into SPA just because that's the only way that character
can
do any damage. Yeah.
Oh, nice punish on the dive.
Oh,
doesn't get the full
quite.
combo.
Yeah, probably just spaced a little bit too far for that. No punish on the DP there from Goon, but it seems like it was just like already committing to the wall thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a weird situation. I feel like DPing there is kind of weird in the first place, so
like,
maybe
are you
just
really
not ready
expecting
for it.
that?
I like the air-to-air attempt. It doesn't quite work out, but I do think it's the right idea, especially against Lancelot, right? And Goon specifically being a very wanting to jump out kind of person rather than a wanting to walk forward kind of person.
Yeah. And, you know, I know Goon has been trying to temper that some, but, like, I feel like until you actually show him that you're going to punish it.
Well, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, maybe he was trying to work on that when he was playing the game a lot more.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, when you've been grinding the SF6, like, you probably just fall back on old habits a bit more. Yeah.
You definitely fall a lot more onto muscle memory.
Yeah.
And this is rough. Like, Bubs and OD, I feel like, does a decent amount of chip damage.
Yeah, especially, like, the 2 and 4s.
Oh, dodge after the Rekka pressure. Maybe he was expecting a button to mash, but dodging a close light also is bad, so I'm not sure. Nice. Lucy taking game 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, character select.
Interesting.
I mean, I can kind of understand, right? Like, Lancelot's buttons are not the best, and, you know, while Bubs' buttons are slow, they're definitely pretty big, so they can be kind of difficult to get in, right?
Yeah, they also just, like, they control a lot of space, so, you know, even if you're kind of, like, trying to, oh, wow, the lane, okay.
Yeah, the crowd favorite pick.
Yeah.
Everyone's popping off for the Lowain for some reason.
Yeah,
at least it's better than the UL, right?
Oh, God, don't get me started on that UL. Yeah, I mean, you know, if Lucy hasn't been keeping up on the game much either, might be Rustygan's Mario Party.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. I'm not sure that Lowain can really outzone Bubs. I just don't see a world in which that makes sense. But maybe Goon knows something I don't.
Yeah.
Believe in victory.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Like, I'm curious, does the... Do you let you, like, low profile anything?
And dive kick seems really good in this matchup.
Yeah. Like, Lowain really doesn't have great checks against that. Okay, well...
Doesn't dodge the parry.
Combos off the low boy and hits
Karma.
Oh, no.
And hits the bro because his buttons are huge.
And yeah, again, the fireball's just clearing out the throws too.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no. Yeah, you're not dead.
Yeah, no, but...
Are Iggy incoming? No,
Yeah,
death.
oh,
Death
no.
is incoming.
Alright, and I believe that the screen says winner's finals. I believe this is loser's time, so this will be a first to two, so yeah. Lucy is on set point here.
Teleport?
Alright, yeah, gets the cross up, and that's always so tricky. You just like, cross your opponent up, get them taking out the guard button, and just throw them instead.
I hate bugs.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Punish is out the whiff DP there, and gets
nice
the
throw
too, yeah. So, but
it's thrown back. I'm pretty sure that was a guest tech that just happened to work out to be a throw, but we take those.
Yeah.
Oh, there it
okay.
is, but
Yeah,
no punish. Both characters in OD, so now Iggy is kind of not that good.
Yeah, I mean, Goon not quite in life range to get it either.
Now he is.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Yeah. All right. Is Lucia?
He doesn't need to do anything, right? He just needs to watch. I don't know. Don't jump.
Yeah.
Please,
okay.
you're an OD.
Oh,
why?
Comboed off of the lava there.
Oh, I like the dive.
Yeah.
No punish though.
Oh no. Lucy had that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why Lucy decided to do basically anything during that Iggy. Like, you just look out for the lava floor, and that's all you need to do when you're an OD.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can just block everything else out.
Yeah, you're not taking chip damage.
Mm-hmm.
Air to air?
Yeah.
Oh,
right,
backdash
nice.
the dive.
Yeah.
The Loin air stall, And I like this from Goon, is adapting and saying, like, okay, well, I'll just make sure your dive kick sucks. And I'll
just doing
punish it.
a very nice job of, running forward, making that whiff, and then just immediately reclaiming the space off of it.
Oh,
wow.
punish.
Yeah. Mashes out the boys, but okay, Goon crosses up and takes the game back. The Lorraine, maybe kind of real. All right,
this is an ice for sure.
Yeah,
Lucy doesn't play other characters.
Yeah, it makes sense though. I mean, I feel like in the course of that game, it feels like Goon had some really good adaptations, like in his movement, and just taking a second to like collect and think about like what Goon was doing and how you can adapt to it. Right, dive kicks in, gets the plus frame. Oh no, gets sent back to the corner.
Yeah, DPs. Waits for the boy first though. I don't know. I think that's mashable.
Yeah, I'm not certain.
That one definitely was.
Yeah.
Arm engine runs away, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's an awesome sauce. We'll get the hard knockdown here, and gets hit by the OD, but
it's a counter at 2H, but grounded, so it's kind of weird to combo from.
Yeah.
This is a lot of chip damage, yeah.
Yeah, Goon
needed
forced to get into that. Yeah. Okay, catches with the.
Oh, wait a minute.
Able to combo off of that. Wow. And yeah, Goon just eating up, forcing Lucy to come to him.
And
but,
dying
no.
for it. That's a good idea. I like the eating, like, because I think when you're an OD, you're guaranteed to get HP. You actually can't get the meter food.
Oh, interesting.
So you only get HP.
Yeah,
so
it just puts
the
a lot of
RNG is
pressure.
now just whether or not you get small, medium, or large food.
Yeah.
I like to teleport out during those setups. It doesn't look like, I mean, they're probably not that good, but Goon isn't really challenging, so they're working out quite well.
Giving a lot of space to Lucy on wake up.
And yeah, outspaces the dive kick.
Been very good about spacing this whole last game or two.
Teleport. No, just running in.
Yeah. Okay, gets the OD. B and oh wow, the Kappa catches again. Yeah,
this
just needs a single
rough,
hit.
yeah.
You're already in the air.
All right, final round.
Yeah.
I can hear Goon screaming away every time he wins a round.
You gotta get in your opponent's head. I mean, Lance doesn't let you do that. Only Lorraine does.
So true.
Okay,
no.
the minus frames into the parry.
Low-end player classic.
Yeah. Gonna get a full combo here, boy setup, but yeah, again. Oh wow, catches the teleport forward and.
I guess this is actually more rough than I'd anticipated because of just how slow Bubs is, right?
Yeah.
I thought that teleport and the dive kick would be doing a lot more, but it really seems like Lowain's backdash is very difficult for Bubs to deal with.
Yeah, like how do you really chase that down? Like I feel like that's one of the things that Lowain, can just do is be really obnoxious, like set up summons, eat, make you come to him. But
like you probably have to follow the like charged flies, right? But I don't know how good that actually is. It's rough.
Yeah. But all right, we'll see Goon versus Toaster here in
Losers
finals. Yeah.
First to 3.
Yeah, I'm curious to see who Goon's gonna stay on. Is he just feeling Lorraine? I
think Lance Valsaraga is a very weird matchup.
It's extremely volatile.
Where it's like Lance kind of twerks on Voss, but if Voss gets a single hit, you die.
Yeah.
Like you're basically just dealing chip damage as Lance, but if Voss gets that one hit, you're in for a bad time.
Yeah, and I feel like it can be rough where, like if you're rusty coming off of a break, I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on you as a Lance player to never make a mistake because you need so many touches and, if you mess up once, you get punished so hard. But it looks like
he's going for it anyway.
Yeah, which I mean, again, probably is just like more of the comfort pick for him.
I just want to say I seeded this bracket and I predicted this top 3, so I'm just saying.
Okay, nice work. Yeah, the Seattle traffic didn't manage to throw your plans off. Rurik barely making it here on time.
This is pretty much exactly what I expected to happen, if I'm being quite honest with you. The top 3 I had envisioned in my mind was Rurik and Grands and Toaster and Goon in Losers Finals.
Okay, I would have put Rurik, Toaster the other way around, though. Maybe not with Toaster just coming back from vacation.
Oh, that's a nice hit.
Yeah.
Oh, mashes out? Says, I don't respect your Rekka pressure.
I mean, you've got to mash sometimes as a Voss player.
Well, I would have liked to see Toaster try to 2H that instead of air-to-air. Wow, it was wonky.
Oh, wow. Gets a chance to set up armor.
No more? Does get it for free in neutral there.
Yeah. Oh, wow. The fireball catches the jump and doesn't quite get a
hit by the double overhead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I got burned too much by that last
no
one.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not surprising to me.
Yeah, Lance just gives me trust issues on his damage.
I mean, Valsaraga's huge. Lancelot does no damage, right?
Oh, yeah, true. That extra Voss HP would have killed any other character.
Oh, the OD.
Yeah, and I mean, despite the slight life lead for Goon here, he's really just one touch away
is
from
scary,
death.
yeah. Oh, no. Goes for the
over
command grab.
Yeah. Man, guessing that the Voss players or the Lance player is gonna just block on their wake up.
Yeah, I would not make the guess that Goon is blocking a wake up ever.
Yeah.
Gets a hit. Doesn't have armor. Wasn't able to get it off that. Oh, messes up the setup, so he doesn't get the meaty fireball.
Oh yeah.
Punch 2H.
Okay, nice air-to-air on the wall jump out attempt.
But I really like Goon not pressing a button, because if that were a counter hit air-to-air, you would have died.
Okay, Toaster gonna get the armor up here, and with the stance...
Yeah, stance L is unpunishable.
Yeah. Goon kind of preemptively spot dodging on that stance, but not getting punished for it. We'll go into the super here, and...
It's not killing.
Your guess is as good as mine.
It actually... I guess it's because of OD. But OD doesn't affect super damage.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's an enigma.
Oh, wow.
Round
start armor. Gets it off.
I think in most matchups that's actually really good because Vasaraga 2U is like a disgusting button.
Yeah, like I feel like you basically have to like RPS this character on round start, which.
But Lance is like pretty well equipped to do that, so I'm not sure that if I'm the Vasaraga player that I'm pressing 5U there, but Toaster does have it work out.
Yeah, plus I mean like, you know, Goon's a PNW Lance, you know that he's like contractually obligated to go for the K-Power at least once a set.
Goon is definitely infected by K-Power, right?
Yeah.
Like, we'll do it, you know? Yeah, OD's the third hit of Rekka.
Oh, but finds the counter hit Gorilla Blade and...
I'm not going to say it. Oh, it whiffs!
No!
I don't need to say it.
But gets the grab afterwards regardless.
Gonna block, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a safe jump, but it's definitely safe to raw super.
Yeah, well, I mean, that Vasa SSBA does beat most safe jumps because it is armored, but...
that wasn't a safe jump at all. That just recovered in time. You want to mash like a regular button.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like Toaster might have been just throwing that out expecting to like beat a safe jump or something, but...
Maybe.
Yeah, the setup not actually...
I think most Lance players don't really go for safe jumps, right? Like, they usually have a meaty fireball behind it, and nice throw on the rush.
Yeah.
Obviously, not a reaction to the rush, but, you know, worked out nonetheless. And game 2.
Yeah, just a quick perfect for Goon.
Definitely looks like Toaster's having trouble navigating around what Goon is trying to do, right?
Yeah, which I mean is really kind of what you expect in this matchup.
Yeah. Goon doing a really good job of maneuvering around, right? And this is a nice little start to this round here. Does get the meaty fireball.
Q.
Toaster 2 used the Street Fighter, not ready for the mix-ups. I laugh as JP exists in that game.
All right, Goon guess checking, but Toaster just blocks it out. And
I respect the mash. I do, because you just saw Goon whiff close H in your face. So I get it. The human reaction is to mash, but not working out.
And another perfect from Goon here. Oof.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough for Toaster.
Yeah.
Battle 2.
I mean, you know, I know we talk about, okay, we'll get,
oh no. You actually hate to see it. Yeah, just, you know, 2-2 your troubles away.
And catches Toaster low, gonna send him to the corner here. Doesn't open them up with the initial mix, gets another third going. But
the dash OD?
Yeah.
And now you're gonna take a ton of chip, yeah.
Walks out another. Oh,
no.
this time finds the guest
dead.
tech punish, yeah.
All right. Grand Finals is going to be the homie match.
Yeah, Goon
Rurik
versus
Goon.
You know, one thing I'm thinking about that set, did Toaster like try to roll any of the meaty fireballs?
I don't think Toaster knows the counterplay to Lancelot Oki.
Yeah.
Is what it looked like, right?
Yeah, it seemed like they were mostly just like holding it out.
Yeah. Which is not a bad idea, but when you don't quite know what to look for, it can be rough to block it properly, and was definitely getting opened up by stuff that's fuzzyable.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like, you know, proactively rolling it often isn't great, but like over the course of a first to three, like I feel like you at least want to show it at least once, that the Lance player at least has to think about it.
We're not going to see Lancelot from Goon.
Because he hates
Rurik
this
is
matchup.
going to play Belial, and he hates this matchup, and he definitely hates fighting Rurik's Belial.
Yeah.
So I would be very surprised to see Lance. Maybe one game, but probably not.
Yeah, no, I think he said that like the matchup feels basically unwinnable.
I know he's been working with Manji to like, you know, get better at fighting games in general, right?
Yeah, grinding, I think, like, with the Lance against Manji's Belial.
And Manji's Belial is very good, as I'm sure anyone that pays attention to Granblue is aware.
Yeah, probably scarier than Rurik's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, here we see Goon hovering the Lane.
Yeah, we're not seeing the Lancelot, and I think we might see Percy.
Percival.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I could tell they were both kind of waiting for the other to lock in.
You gonna pick? Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm curious if we'll see kind of a bit of a dance back and forth here where, you know, if...
I mean, these two are friends for
yeah.
sure. I mean,
oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think this is the first time
stuff.
that they've fought each other, like, in Grands of Granblue, where, like, yeah.
The last Soa was, I think... Well, no, they weren't in Grands. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because that was the one where Zombie showed up, too, and so Zombie is
oh,
in
yeah,
Grands.
yeah.
I wrote that off because I was like, you know, that's to be expected. That match isn't hype.
Yeah, no, I think that was the set that actually, like, got... in full Doom mode on the
counterpick the Belial into Lance.
Got the reset versus like the cringe Jeff Fairy, but as soon
but then the second the Belial came out, it was over. Command grab. Oh, nice match.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, with 4 stocks, a command grab, and you know you probably die from it. So.
Yeah, but really just needs one hit here. It just goes in for the run up throw. Yeah. Quick first round from Uruk there. But yeah, I'll be curious to see if there's kind of some counter-picking back and forth here where, you know, like if Goon loses this game, does, you know, he swap to Lance for a game to try and take one off of the Percy when, you know, there's no threat of the Belial. But then, of course,
nice throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, we'll see, right? Pretty soon here it looks
and
like.
Yeah, we'll be going to that character select screen soon, perhaps.
One more hit?
Yeah, and has another stock to work with. Gets the M-stocks too, and catches Goon low again.
Will we see it?
Perfect, but yeah, Goon.
Yeah, we are gonna see the Lancelot probably.
Yeah, this will lock him into playing. You know, if Rurik wants it, potentially a game or two against the Belial.
I don't know. I mean, are you gonna be that mean to your homie?
Yeah.
In tournament, I'm definitely being that mean.
Oh, the Bubs.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah, I forgot
Goon was working on a Bubs.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bub's a pretty easy character, so he's not too hard to pick up.
Yeah, no. I want to say, like, you know, one of his corner combos has, like, a micro dash that's a little weird, but aside from that, like, pretty straightforward. Like, just has
a lot
like,
of plus
such,
frames.
Yeah, such strong neutral tools. You know, again, the Goon class is, like, a character you don't really have to play footsies with.
I do like Goon not picking Lancelot here because... Sure, you win that next game, maybe.
Yeah, but then you're just
locked in the Belial, right?
Belial.
Yeah. You don't actually gain much from that counter pick unless you're confident you can win.
Mm-hmm. Which in that case, like, why didn't you just pick Lance to begin
with?
In
the first place,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice DP. But yeah, Zurich ready for it. Okay, buy some space with DP here. And...
Didn't have a special to combo into.
Yeah.
This is definitely a rough iteration of this character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been playing the game. I don't know the last time they probably played Bubs, but
yeah, I'm trying to think
can't
when
be recent.
Goon was playing this character. I want to say it was like after the last bonus round, but not anytime too recently.
OD'd into the corner,
and
gets jumped over, you're dead.
Oh wow!
I like that. It beats pretty much everything except for super, apparently.
Yeah, because again, that Bub's DP just doesn't extend very high.
Yeah, I like the neutral jump, right? Baiting out the dive, threatening the dive, but not committing to it.
Definitely.
Especially seeing immediately that Rurik, the very first dive kick that he did, like, he DP'd it.
Yeah, we'll be curious to see if Goon starts showing the M dive as well, the slower one. Oh wow, tries to teleport forward past the fireball, gets past it, but not quite able to punish Rurik for throwing it out.
Oh, far M!
Yeah.
Such a good hit confirm, too, from Rurik.
Barely catching the edge of that fireball.
It stocks.
Okay, guest tech some Goon there.
Pretty decent damage. Does need, at least another hit and a half, right?
Yeah.
Although not anymore.
Yeah. Does have access to the command grab here, which should kill now that Rurik's gotten chipped down a little. Okay. Catches the 2 and 4 forward.
Oh, and you're dead.
Another hit.
Oh, no, he didn't
drops
super.
It. And
Rurik not confirming into super either.
Yeah,
although I'm not sure. Percy's a weird character, so.
Yeah, and with a couple lights, it might be too scaled.
I'm not even sure it's necessarily too scaled. It's also just like a weird super hitbox.
Yeah,
right?
true. And Rurik spends out Rush there and won't have OD, but it doesn't matter.
I love that DP.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you're in such a bad spot if you're on a chip pixel.
I mean, yeah, if he blocks a single move, he dies. He may as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, he won the first game and he was a round up, so you know, it's actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it, right?
Yeah, why not?
All right, well, what are we?
Okay,
All right, we're finally seeing the landslide. You know, at this point, it's like, well,
yeah, like, can I at least take a game off of
yeah.
you? Like, sure, I'll have to fight the Belial after this, but you never know. I could win 2 games against it. I think that's even what Rurik was saying there with that Hugh.
Exactly. You can see they're having fun up there, right?
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I think, you know, Goon might already be okay with the outcome of the set, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you haven't been playing the game. You just got married. Like,
yeah,
I think
definitely had some stuff
that.
going on in life, right?
Yeah, you know, you're trying to organize a big regional in a month.
So definitely, Street Fighter 6 came out, and I swear to God, I have not seen him not play it on Steam. Like, I'm friends with him on Steam, and I can see it constantly.
Yeah.
What is Goon's not at work? A Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like Goon is like one of the, you know, like constant game pingers in GBVS channel. I can't remember the last time I saw him pinging there. But all right, let's see if the Goon Lance can take a game here.
I think he can do it against the Percy for sure.
Yeah,
and I think once the Belial comes out, we're talking about a different story, right?
Yeah.
It's a H stock there.
Yeah. Oh, okay, nice air to air, but does get blocked out.
Mash. Okay.
Okay. Oh, but catches with the sweep and.
Yeah, I think that was actually an OS input that turned into with 2L sweep.
Yeah.
No confirm on the cross up.
2L, yeah. Alright, Goon's hitting a lot of ground here.
I like these jumps from Rurik, right? They're definitely explicitly being used to fade out Gorilla Blade.
Yeah, absolutely. And bit of a weird
rolls
fireball
through.
set, yeah.
The fireball was definitely setting correctly, but Rurik was absolutely about to show, yeah, I'm definitely going to roll through this.
Yeah, yeah. And that'll just make... Oh, wow, okay, Goon spaces out the OD, but can't... Yeah.
Let's get
finds
a
the throw regardless. Okay, Goon showing some life here.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely a winnable match.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Does the K-Pal, but because it was in the air, doesn't get a full combo. I really like neutral jump against Lance on round start.
Yeah.
Is in the corner, though. A bit rough for Rurik right here. Has to hold a lot of pressure, right?
Yeah, gets opened up by the Rekka 2. Oh, get the counter hit Gorilla Blade, and wow, perfect for Goon.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, if we don't go back to character select, Rurik is actually trolling. Yeah, there we go.
I mean, I don't know. You've got the reset still. Maybe you like give your homie another chance or two.
It's time to go get dinner, you know.
Oh, that's true. I mean, he was rushing to get here. He didn't get a chance to eat on his way in. He just
I heard he was holding a bracket. So
yeah, well, I think he's already left like an hour and a half earlier than he thought he would have to, and still like.
I mean, he does have a drive to make, right?
Yeah, coming all the way from Linwood.
And yeah, we see the Belial.
Yeah,
I feel like no one's surprised by that, right? We all know they know it's coming.
Yeah,
like,
Rurik's ready for that K-barbecue afterwards.
Belial versus Lancelot.
you can hear them talking to each other.
Oh yeah.
As the game loads in.
I assume they're probably just, you know, talking back and forth so much, like, even during the games, knowing these two.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
All right, let's see it. Let's see what Goon has cooking up for this matchup.
By the cross-up rate to begin with.
And that's punishable.
Yeah, not spaced out.
Wall jump? Yeah, Rurik was looking for it too.
Yeah, but just gets the JH in instead, and...
Not the best combo, but, you know.
Still should just need one more touch. Okay, gets the command grab here.
MVP? Oh, the overhead whip.
Yeah, just
like
shimmied it out. Not a bit of punish, but...
I don't think Rurik was expecting it to whiff either, to be honest with you. Yeah, perfect. It's looking like the chef didn't cook up too much for this matchup.
Yeah, no.
Okay, air. Like I said, I really like jumping against Lancelot on round start. You don't lose a lot by doing it. And techie.
Yeah, gets the counter hit.
Mashing out, catching the redash.
Not going to get double perfected. Oh, and a big counter hit here. Comes out the Rekka. Doesn't really have much to work with cooldown-wise here. Gets into OD.
And this is... Oh, okay, yeah, just OD's back. Never mind.
And now this will buy Rurik a lot of space here. Goon forced to retreat back.
It would have been a pretty good situation, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, neutral, jumping a lot, right? Really scouting for Gorilla Blade and for 2-2.
Yeah, and also figuring that just like that deep dash into you, just trying to catch movement forward from Goon.
And you know, Belial JH is a very good button,
just
right?
So
neutral jump JH is like a really good option. But, you know, Goon punishing it right there, and we'll get the round.
Confirm with the SSBA, that should kill.
Yeah, I mean, if Lance SSBA didn't kill at that HP, I would have...
Then the character just does not exist.
I might have uttered buff Lance, but instead I get to keep saying I hate the character.
One. Yeah.
Oh, just walks back and baits the K-Pow.
Okay, Goon gonna mash on that.
Yeah, DPs.
Yeah.
Oh, baits out the 2H. Does get counter hit though. But is no longer in the corner, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. Probably go Fireball, just canceling out the Lance one.
I mean, the Lance was not full screen anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And gets sent back to the corner as well. And yeah, I think I barely hear them just talking to each other even during this game.
You know.
Yeah.
LDP.
Rurik sent back to the corners again, but Goon just not comfortable taking the space to go in. Okay.
Oh, I really like that angled fireball. It didn't actually work, but the idea was very giga-brained.
And Goon loses OD and loses the set. And immediately the two of them hugging it out.
Yeah. I mean, you know, good, like I said, good friends, right?
Play,
you know.
So amped to play each other in the Grands this final. But great work to Rurik there.
Yeah,
just
taking Grands and getting first place.
Yeah, is that like the first time he's won one of these locals? I think it might be.
Yeah, a lot of times like Tool or Zanmu come out, right? And second place is honestly kind of first place when they show up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that this is probably the first time that he's won a local.
Yeah, well, great showing from him. Congratulations.